Hello and welcome back to the Rugby Connection podcast, the only podcast to get all the ins and outs from the rugby world. Well, the Autumn Nation series has finally arrived. We had the two games at the weekend and it is stacked this weekend, so I've called in some help. Coming fresh from New Zealand, the man is everywhere on TikTok, on Instagram, and it's not just rugby. He does rugby league, he does boxing, he does basketball. He is everywhere. Let's talk sport. Cedric Taunasinga. Mate, how are you getting on?
No, I'm going good. Obviously had some pretty big games last week, and being a Kiwi fan, All Black fan, it was a tough one to watch. But yeah, we got it done. But no, I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
Good, good. Yeah, you were a busy boy the weekend on both courts.
Yeah, definitely. I had to stay up the whole time, so I didn't go to bed till like 9 a.m. I think, because there was so much games on, and then I was just tired. So nah, yeah, I was really busy, really busy.
You're dedicated to the cause, so that's good.
Definitely, definitely.
Well, we're going to start off strong. Opening game from the Autumn Nations down at Twickenham, or sorry, Allianz Stadium, because of naming rights. England hosting the All Blacks. It was a trilogy. These two teams met in the summer, and the All Blacks get the clean sweep 3-0, 24-22. What a game. What a way to start for the Autumn Nations. And as a Kiwi, how did you feel about the game?
I mean, I think basing it off of the two previous games we had here, um, I could kind of feel it would be close, and yeah, it was just a rough game, mate. The All Blacks in particular didn't play really well. I thought
Mm.
England for most of the game were like on the front foot. Um, Something that I was really annoyed with was just our handling errors. Yeah, we had 14, and I was just like, ugh. It was just little things like that that ruined our momentum, and then yeah, England just always seemed to get the best of us on attack. Um we kept tackling like the wrong players, and then we'll get penalties, and then it led to you know players getting penalized, and then yeah, I think discipline and handling it was really tough to watch. But man, the shift England put in, it was unreal. In particular, Marcus Smith, he was
Yes.
just every time he had the ball, he was gonna do something. But yeah, you got to feel for George Ford. But I saw a lot of people saying, why did they take Marcus Smith off? And I understand, but it's like George Ford's a finisher, right? So like
Exactly.
the,
Yeah.
that kick and the drop kick he missed, those are things he would make 9 out of 10 times. It was just in that moment he just happened to miss. But this England team was all class, and I think we were pretty lucky to come out of it. How did you feel about the game?
I enjoyed it. I mean, I had quite a fair few drinks during the game. I got down to Murrayfield early to watch the game, but
Yeah,
it was still an enjoyable game. Will Jordan splitting that English defence apart was beautiful to watch. Wallace Satiti, he was the
oh
breakout
yeah,
rugby championship. He is an absolute baller. It's terrifying that he's only 22 years old.
yeah, it is.
Scary. Um, obviously, losing Bowden Barrett and Cody Taylor is a big loss, especially going forward with who you've got next. But I don't know. I feel like Damien McKenzie definitely showed his worth coming off that bench. That was a great kick to essentially win the game.
Yeah, it was.
I wouldn't be, from a neutral, I wouldn't be too worried about the All Blacks. I think, like I've said, it's not going to be an instant fix with Razor. I think once it does click, good luck stopping you, because that's terrifying. Once that clicks,
Yeah.
follow the board. It's not going to be fun for the rest of the countries. But yeah, no, fair play to England, like you said. Marcus Smith was great. Maro Toji, George Martin, great in the second row. Thought Ellis Genge did quite well in the prop position. Yeah, again, like you said, George Ford, just very unfortunate. He's worked
Yeah,
on the
yeah, yeah.
bottom for a while. I don't think he deserves the hate that he got. People miss kicks all the time. It's not. There was other opportunities out there to win the game and they didn't take them. So it's not just all down to George. Yeah, both teams could walk away with a fair amount of positives, I believe, going into the remainder of the autumn. Yeah,
Yeah, I
no,
think
my
so
skills.
too. Yeah. was a good match. Yeah, yeah.
Obviously, then on to not the main event, but the most fun game from the opening week: Scotland versus Fiji. Sold out crowd at Murrayfield. Scotland's biggest ever win over Fiji. 57-17. Oh, it was great. I was there. I was loud and proud as always.
Yeah.
Darcy Graham, you'd be hard to believe that it's been his first Scotland test since the World Cup. 4 tries. And
Four tries.
just a fun question I've been asking everyone. How annoyed would you be if you were Darcy Graham, scoring 4 tries, equaling the all-time try-scoring record in Scotland for Duhan van der Merwe to steal it once again the minute
Just
you come
still
off
it
the
right
field?
at the end.
Right at the end, yeah.
Yeah, that what a game we played. I managed to watch like a bit of the first half, and then
Mhm.
yeah, after that I was a bit tired, but then I saw some highlights and whatnot. But yeah, it just seemed like Fiji just they couldn't really stamp their mark on the game. They were giving away a lot of penalties. The ref always seemed, yeah, he always seemed to blow his whistle, and then it was just a matter of catch up. But then the Darcy Graham show, yeah,
So,
he was
yeah.
on fire. He's a little pocket rocket, around the field, and then yeah, the 4 tries, and then Van der Merwe right at the end was like, nope, and
Nope.
they scored. But yeah, what a
Still
game for
mine.
Scotland.
And then obviously the first game, captain Sione Tuipulotu. He is now our leader. And
Yeah,
what a pick.
I spoke to you. I was texting you earlier before about like he's just classy. What a player he is! Like he is unreal. Like man, the things I've been seeing him do lately, bro, he is special. And then his brother coming through, it's just like, oh, here we go. Yeah,
I'm ready for it. There's another brother as well, I believe. So there's
I'm not
Sione.
surprised. I'm not
There's
surprised.
I don't know if this is confirmed or not, but so there's Sione. Masesi's now joined with the Scotland team this autumn, and I think they want to get Otavio across as well, who was at the under 20s with.
Oh,
I
okay, yeah.
was like, yeah, come on. We welcome all the two Pilates. Yeah, I love it. But no, great game, great way to stamp because both teams didn't get to go full whack because it was outside the international window. So, and that's where I actually praise Fiji. 22 out of those 23 play for the Drua, which is hats off. That fair play. Obviously, Scotland
Yeah,
get to
yeah.
pick Glasgow and Edinburgh players, but it is what it is. It was a good win. things are heating up this week. Absolutely.
Yeah,
We
definitely.
have we have 6 very tasty games that are in their own rights. They are all must watch. You shouldn't miss any of these games if able to. Starting off Friday night, like Saturday morning for you. Sorry, Cedric. Ireland versus the All Blacks. Oh, oh, what a game! I am so excited for this. I am so jealous to the people that get to go. I tried so hard. I couldn't get the tickets. Didn't even hit the
Yeah.
general sales. I had it all planned out. The fixtures came out. Scotland aren't playing till the Sunday. I was like, cool. I can fly to Ireland, chill with my mate, watch the game, come home on the Saturday, spend time with the wife and kids, and then back on the rugby on Sunday. But no, wasn't allowed nice things apparently. How
But
are
yeah,
you? How are you?
just oh, you can just feel like I can feel like the build up and like the tension between the two teams, everything I'm seeing online. And then when Johnny Sexton came out earlier talking about like a statement that he had in his book, and
Yes,
Enrique replying with a story with the Joker card, like everything's building up to this. And then a good friend of ours, Tiernan, and he's saying like we're gonna like smash the All Blacks, like Rico's not home, and I'm in the back like, oh, you wait, like
you
people are
wait.
underestimating us, but yeah, we'll wait for the game. I don't want to do too much talking because I was in the same position last year when we versed him in the World Cup. A lot of people saying Ireland are gonna get through, and I was just like, oh yeah, we'll wait and see. But nah, yeah, this game, it's gonna be good. And like you said, obviously Cody Taylor, and Bodie won't be there. But yeah, there'll be a couple of changes. I think Patrick Tuipulotu might even start, depending on the game he
Yeah.
had. But I love the impact of the bench. Obviously
True.
DMAC goes into the starting 10 role. And I think I would probably start Cam Roigard over Cortez and bring him off the
Yes.
bench. But other than that, this Irish team, world number one for a reason. And yeah, they definitely got this marked on their calendar. Eh? How are you feeling about this game?
I'm just excited. As a neutral, these are the games you just want, and this is why you love the sport. Like the head to head is stacked, and like you said, all the trash talking between the fans and everything that like Sexton said. I made a little prediction when this all came out that Rico Ioane's going to score a try and he's going to shush the crowd or cup his ear. He's going to do something like that, and it's going to be must see TV. And I'm pretty sure Sexton's now like a coaching consultant with Irish rugby, so he probably will be there,
Okay.
which is just feeding that even more. And yeah, it's going to be great. I want to see TJ Perenara come off the bench for essentially his last dance, and just lead that haka. And just give me what I want.
Yeah, definitely.
Ireland's going to be very tasty because I believe Ty Furlong's out injured, so that could help using the
Yeah,
scrum.
he
There
is.
you
He's
go.
hurt. Yeah, he's hurt.
Um, do you start Ty Byrne at the 6? Do you have McCarthy with James Ryan in the second row? Who starts at 10? Because you've got Jack Crawley doing really well in the Irish jersey, but his club form hasn't done well, whereas Kieran Frawley's really took that
Yeah, yeah.
nail in. Yeah, so there's bragging rights just within Irish camp, and then yeah, it's going to be great. I'm so excited. Somebody commented on one of my videos that they would love to see Gibson Park, Bundyaki, and James Lowe do a haka back to the All Blacks, kind of like what Munster did a few years ago. I'm like, yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
I'd like that because they're all Maori boys, aren't they?
Um, I think Gibson Park and Lotus. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know if Aki played for the Maori or not, but yeah, do it anyway. That'd be great. It'd be fun. What's your predictions for the game?
Well, I always back our boys, eh? But
There we go.
I think just like the England game, just like the England game, I think it'll be close. But I think out of all the games we played, this is the one I'm the most nervous about.
Okay,
Um, I'd say we won, but it's really close. So I say we won by 2.
by two again. Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
I say by
okay.
2 again. Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know because I really like both teams. They're such a just a joy to watch. They are like from a neutral point of view, they're the ones you want to watch. And when they clash together, it's just money. I am wearing an All Blacks top, but I kind of feel like Ireland might get the win. But then there's also a bit in my head that like Ireland haven't played yet. You boys have had
Exactly. That's what
yeah.
we got
So,
going for us. Yeah, yeah.
oh, I don't know. The thing is, when it's this tight, I end up saying two very different predictions. So I'll say one here on YouTube, and then I'll say one very different on TikTok later on. So
Yeah.
um, obviously, as of recording, the squads have not been announced yet. But
Yeah.
oh, I'm going to edge it to the All Blacks just, but I would not be surprised if Ireland get the big win as well. There you go. Play devil's advocate with that one. On to the Saturday. 3 very tasty games, very fun games. Rolling it back, a classic rivalry opening the day. England versus Australia. This is going to be a lot of fun because England, again, so close last week to All Blacks. They could have won it, arguably should have won it. Whereas on the flip side, nobody really knows what to expect from Australia. Yes, they beat Wales in the summer, but Wales aren't as good as they once were. It's a very tricky game, and obviously the potential debut of rugby league superstar Joseph Swatali'i. I'm very excited to see where he can go. Where would you have him play? I've asked this a few times, but
So I think the easiest thing for him would just to be transitioning onto the wing, just
mm,
because the positions in rugby league and rugby union are like pretty similar. But I think I saw a lot of people wanting them to play in the centers or at fullback. But the way with Australia's centers, the way they've been playing well. Tom Wright at the back, he's been awesome. But yeah, I'd slip him onto the wing, onto the left wing, and yeah, see how he goes there.
that's fair. Obviously no Hunter Paisami in the Wallabies team. He has injured, but Sammy Crevy's back, so it's not all doom and gloom. He's ready to go.
Yeah,
And then you've obviously in the pack, Big Will Skelton is back in the mix.
he's back. Yeah, back in camp. Yeah.
I'm sure Taniela Tupou said that it's like an extra 300 kilos. Him and Will adds to the scrum. I'm like, that can't be true, but if that is, that's terrifying.
It is.
That is a hit. That is a
Yeah, just
heavy,
Will.
heavy
His,
boys. Yeah,
yeah, his presence back in camp and stuff, and every time he puts on that jersey, man, he looks scary. Yeah, he's just so big, a lot of weight to carry around, and then the likes of Tony Alatupo in it, it's just like, yeah, this pack could be could be scary. Yeah,
yeah. And England have actually already named their squad, and they've gone
yeah,
unchanged.
I saw, yeah.
Same starting 15 that they went against. The only difference that they've done, Henry Slade is in the 12 with Ollie Lawrence at the 13, as opposed to last week where people are saying there's not going to be a difference. There is. If you watch Premiership rugby week in, week out, Ollie Lawrence is a 13, not a 12. Whereas Henry Slade has proved in the past he can play 12 and play that second playmaker role very comfortably. So I'm intrigued, and it's a 5-3 split again. Ollie Slightly back on the bench. He is electric. If he can get time,
He is, yeah, yeah.
I can't predict this one either. I think this one may be a bit easier to call than the last game, but I do have England winning this one. Again, they've had a game, Australia haven't. England are a bit more structured than what the Wallabies are. But hey, anything could happen.
Um, I think, yeah, I think England will just be too strong. Just what I've seen from them this year. Like you said,
Hmm.
they look a lot more structured. But man, yeah, definitely can't write off Aussie in the way Joe Schmidt is running things over there. Like the games they had against us, that first game, oh my gosh, I was afraid we were gonna lose, and then the second game kind of put me at ease. But yeah, this English team, they're not too far from being like one of the like right up there. So I gotta yeah, England are gonna win. So I got them
Fair
winning.
enough. Next game, on paper, this doesn't seem like it's going to be close, but it could be just a lot of fun. Italy taking on Los Pumas, that is Argentina. Now, before we properly look into it, I am backing Argentina. They had a great rugby championship. They beat all three Springboks, Wallabies, and All Blacks at least once. Italy, yes, they had a good Six Nations. Their summer was a bit strange. They didn't go against big teams in the summer. And yeah, I just think the way Argentina are going now, like Italy will give them a good run. Italy will score some great tries and proper push at Argentina, but Argentina, I think right now are going to get a big win and just be a bit too comfortable overall.
Um, yeah, Argentina, they're definitely an interesting team to me. It just they're either hot, really hot one week, and then the next week they'll be like
Very
cold.
cold,
Like
yeah.
in the two matches they had against us, like man, that first game, just from the first play, they almost scored within like the first 2 minutes, and I was like, okay, wait a minute. And then that whole game, and then that step their winger did, I forgot his name against D-Mac. I was like, whoa, yeah, whoa, what a game! And then they went on to win. And then the next week, you're kind of expecting the same thing, and then the All Blacks just kind of blew them out of the water. But like you said, they had a great rugby championship. Obviously, beat us, South Africa and Australia, which is huge for them. And like you said, Italy haven't really versed the best teams, and I think Argentina, yeah, I think they win comfortably too. Um, and yeah, I think it's gonna take a lot for Italy to win. I think they will give them a run for their money. Like you said, they'll score some great tries, but nah, I think Argentina will just be too strong in this one. Eh?
There is one thing that's kind of making me think Italy could win it, and it's a really stupid logic. They're not playing. They're not playing in Rome, and I've done this rant 6 or 7 times now. Obviously, not as bad now because they beat Scotland in the Six Nations in Rome, but until before that, they were terrible in Rome. But every time they would go to like Florence or Treviso or Naples or Milan, they would always win fairly comfortably. So I'm like, just play there. It makes sense. You're doing better.
Yeah.
So, so that's where I'm kind of thinking this because they're not playing in Rome. So they might do a lot better. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. But it's going to be, again, from a neutral point of view. From a neutral point of view, very good players on both teams that you want to watch. Like Kupolotso versus Juan Cruz Malia at fullback. Tasty, tasty stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But we'll go for Argentina for the win. Next game to close off the Saturday. With no disrespect, I do think this is the easiest game to predict. France versus Japan in Paris. France are getting a big, big, fat win over Eddie Jones's men. Just cause I don't even need a reason, really, do I?
Nah, I feel the same. I think, yeah, just France or maybe a step, maybe 2 steps ahead of this Japanese team. One of the best teams in the world. And I think, yeah, they'll win. Yeah, if Eddie joins his men pretty comfortably, because yeah, I don't have much to say. Just we saw Japan against the All Blacks. Obviously, there were some glimpses there.
There
That
was.
first try they scored looked really good. Yeah, yeah. They were managing, to kind of split the defense here and there. But then overall, if you look at the score, man, they got absolutely smacked by the All Blacks, and the All Blacks I don't think played well. And now they're going up against France, and yeah, I think it's going to be like the same thing. France just far too good.
It's just not a question of like how strong does France go? Really, they don't have to go full strength, but I've got a funny feeling Dupont starts because Dupont hasn't played 15s for France all year because he's been busy.
I'm guessing the same thing.
Yeah, he's obviously been busy winning Olympic golds as you do, just casually winning Olympic gold medals.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, yeah, I've nothing against Japan, but France are just a different breed, especially at home. And yeah, Japan ain't getting close. Sorry, Eddie, if you're listening. I doubt
Yeah, yeah.
Sunday down in Cardiff, Wales versus Fiji. This could be a cracker of a game. Cause
Yeah, I think this game could be, yeah.
yeah,
They could just a lot of tries. Like they both haven't been in the best form. And I
mhm.
know after their loss against Scotland, Fiji will be wanting to get one back. And I think out of if there was one game to win back, would be this game against Wales. So.
Oh yeah. I mean, they will get all the big boys back. I'm talking Naya Kalevu. I'm talking Randrandra. I'm talking Tuisova. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're going to be a dangerous Fijian team. But Wales have called up a lot of informed players, and realistically, they have nothing to lose. And there's nothing more dangerous in sport, as you would know, than a team that has nothing to lose, that just goes out and plays.
Exactly.
No pressure on them. And hey, Wales are no slouch. They're a very physical team. They have some class players. Dewi Lake as captain, to me, is the right decision. Jack Morgan back in the mix. Tommy Rafael. You've got Tane Plumtree and Aaron Wainwright battling it out. in that mix. Thomas Williams at scrum half. I've said it a couple of times on the podcast that I believe Thomas Williams is the signing for the Premiership this year because he's been that good for Gloucester. And then you've got his halfback partner, Gareth Anscombe. You've got the young lads coming through, like Eddie James from Scarlets. You've got Blair Murray, former Kiwi. He's looking
Oh,
really
Blair
sharp.
Murray, I can't believe
I'm
we let him
sorry. I'm sorry.
go.
I'm sorry.
I can't believe he did that. Oh my God. Sorry, just quickly. Blair Murray. So I saw him come through high school, right?
Yeah.
We're around the same age. I saw him come through the ranks and then whenever the Canterbury played there, and then just one of my friends made a video saying he went over and I think was gonna try to represent Wales, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Because if you saw him in school, oh my gosh, he was next level, eh? Like I can't believe we let him go, but hey, props to him for following his heart, eh? So, yeah.
I need to ask now, just because you said you're the same age. How old are you, Cedric?
Um, I'm 24.
All right, okay, that's not too bad then. That's fine. That's fine. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
I thought you were like a really like defined 20, 21-year-old there. Sorry. No, you're all good.
No, I'm 24. I'm 24.
24.
Yeah.
I am slightly older than you, but it's not by as bad as I thought. So it's all good. Don't worry about
Yeah.
it. Yeah, no, Wales again have nothing to lose. So they could be dangerous. They'll probably be eyeing up this Fiji game as their win, realistically. Oh, it's going to be an absolute battle for the ages, and it's going to be so much fun to watch. Who I predict to win it though? Oh man, I really don't know. Because my head says Fiji, just because Fiji are really up there now. Fiji know how to beat big teams, uh, and Wales have kind of went down the opposite way. I know Wales beat Fiji in the World Cup last year, but a lot of things have changed since then.
Yeah.
Uh, my heart says Wales because I don't want to see such a big rugby powerhouse like Wales struggling to get wins. So,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
yeah, I'm really torn on this one. I didn't think this one would be as hard, but when we like proper dived into it, I'll go Wales just because it's a feel good moment if it happens. But nothing against Fiji. I will love Fiji as well. So
yeah. Yeah, I gotta back my Pacific brothers, eh? So
there
I
you
gotta
go.
rock with the Fijians on this one. But yeah, I think this definitely could go either way. Like you said, Wales have nothing to lose. And like
Mm,
you said in sport, if you got nothing to lose and you go out and play, you play freely, things go your way. So I can see Wales winning, but yeah, I'm backing Fiji on this one. Eh?
fair enough. Nice little diverse there because we kind of agreed on like pretty much everything but that game. So there you
Yeah.
go. The big one for me, the main event in my eyes, the final game of the weekend. Scottish Castle Murrayfield, Scotland versus the world champions. Yes, the Springboks are coming to town. I will be there loud and proud. I am so ready for this game. Ah, I'll let you predict first because everyone knows where I'm going.
Honestly, I honestly think this is probably the second biggest or just on par with the Ireland
Hmm,
New Zealand game. I think this game's bigger than England Australia, obviously the other games too, but this game, honestly, when I saw it, I was like, this is gonna be big because I know Scotland they'll be feeling pretty happy with their win over Fiji and going into this Murrayfield, they're gonna have a lot of confidence. But then like it's the world champs that are coming over now. And we obviously know the players they have, all the like Oxen Shays, Peter Steph Toy, it's a bit he's been doing it for a long time, and then their backs the likes of Chisholm Kobe and this team's world class. But honestly, uh it'd be hard to go against South Africa. So just quickly my prediction, I say South Africa win. Um
okay.
but I think the Scots can definitely give it to them. But yeah, South Africa, the way they played in the Rugby Championship, I think they're definitely on a roll. I know there's still the South African and Irish fans. Those guys won't stop arguing like
Oh,
everywhere I see on TikTok, on
everywhere.
Instagram.
Even even when I do the squads, like my predicted squads, to games that do not feature them, you still get people arguing constantly, all the
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
They're like spoiled
Yeah.
children. They really are.
But that's my prediction, so
Yeah. Well, we're not friends. No, it's fine.
yeah.
Obviously, I am backing the boys. There is so much at stake here. We want to right the wrongs from last year's World Cup. We've not beat the Springboks since 2010. So this is 14 years in the making. They've literally won. Actually, you and South Africa have literally won 2 World Cups since we last beat them. That needs to change. That's wild. And what me and my mate keep making this joke that he wants to see 3 tries from Scotland. He wants Pierre Schumann, he wants Dylan Richardson, and he wants Duhan van der Merwe all to score. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be sensational if that could happen. The big blow for us going into this, obviously, we do get our big hitters back. Finn Russell's back, Blair Kinghorn's back, awesome stuff. But no Darcy Graham. Darcy Graham's failed his HIA. I believe he failed it on the Saturday against Fiji. That's why he didn't return to the field. And as of recording today, he failed his second one, which means he's not allowed to play this Springboks game. So I
Mm.
don't know if Kyle Rowe goes into the wing because Kyle Rowe's been fantastic for both Scotland and Glasgow Warriors, or we use Aaron Reid, who got called up in the summer, who has been on top form for the Sale Sharks. So it's not all doom and gloom. Like they are very capable players. It's just who fits that role nicely. And I would probably lean it more towards Aaron Reid just because I don't think the Box would have studied tape on Aaron Reid. So we could use it to our advantage. I don't know if that's me clutching at straws, but yeah, I don't care by how much. It could be Scotland by 1, by 3, by 8, by 25. I don't care. Scotland's getting the win, and I'm going to blow my voice out. I'm going to have a fun time. Our friend Brett's across for the game, so I'm going to have a good few drinks with him. And I don't know if he'll be speaking after the game, but it should be good in the build-up
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, no, I'm ready for this. This is the biggest game this year for Scotland. We need to show where we're at. We need to really put our hat in the mix for next year, put the world on notice. We've had some big wins over Northern Hemisphere teams. It has been a while since we've had a big win over a Southern Hemisphere team, and this would just really cement where we are. So let's go for it,
If you
please.
guys, let's say Scotland win. Let's say
Uh-huh.
Scotland win. What does that do for you, and what does that do for all the Scottish rugby fans in all of Scotland?
I
How does that
think
make you feel?
it makes me beyond happy. I'll probably cry if we win.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, definitely.
I've always been a back your team guy. So regardless if you got beat last week, you're winning this week. And some people misinterpret that. So when I say back your team as always, I think people think I've got Scotland winning World Cups and winning Six Nations. I don't. I'm taking it game by game. We beat Fiji. Great. Let's beat South Africa. I'm not caring about Portugal and I don't care about the Wallabies right now. They're not in my vision. Beat the Springboks. It gives us this massive win that to show Scotland are here. We're ready to compete. We're ready to take this to the next stage. And it does put a lot of other countries on notice. It will put Ireland on notice. It'll put France. It'll probably put New Zealand on notice as well. That like, holy shit, Scotland beat the Springboks. Do you know what I mean? One of them.
Yeah, yeah,
And
exactly.
like, I've been there when we beat England, and that's loud. I can't imagine what's going to be like if we beat the world champions. So that's I'm curious. So, what would you think from like an outsider point of view? Like if Scotland were to beat South Africa,
I think a lot of us would be like, oh, I think it definitely shocked the rugby world, because I think everything is in South Africa's favor right now. The form they're in and
Mhm.
everything in Scotland. I think they're just quietly going into their work, and then if they got this done, I'll just be like, okay, now, yeah, like you said, it'd put everyone on notice. It'd put Ireland on notice. England will be looking. All of us Kiwis will be like, oh, you can't play around with them anymore. And then obviously, I'd love to hear how the South African fans would see it if it panned out that way. But yeah, it would shock everyone, eh? But I think that would be great. If they did win, it'd be great for rugby. I'd love to
Hmm.
see. It's gonna be a big and tough ask, eh? So, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm not writing them. I'm not saying it's going to be an easy win. There's no such thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely, especially the fact that they're the world champions and they don't lose very often. But let's just be one of those teams. Let's do it. Let's catch them off guard. Let's
Yeah,
hit
yeah, yeah.
up and front up. The biggest debate I've actually had going into this is: do we do a 6-2 split or a 5-3 split on the bench? And I'm leaning more towards 6-2 because you need to match them physically.
Match day, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm ready for it. I mean, I'm just looking back over all these games. There is not a single game. I might miss the France Japan game, if I'm being honest. I might have that on like in the background, but the rest, I'll be like, no, I am watching this.
Yeah.
I'm writing down notes. I'm taking everything in. I'm praising this player, looking out for that player. Is there any player? It could be from the All Blacks. Is there anyone you're really excited to see this weekend who you think will get a big feature?
I we need to see Rico perform big this weekend, eh?
Of course, yeah.
Rico Ioane has a massive target on his back. They're all the Irish fans. They are not wanting him to play well, and I hope he scores. So my player to watch, I hope he's up for it. Yeah, Rico Ioane. I hope he goes in all guns blazing, plays that
Yeah.
villain role that people have perceived him as. So yeah, going with Reeks, my boy Reeks. Yeah.
It's got to be Reeks. Got to be. Yeah, I'm gonna pick a well, not hometown. I'm gonna pick a Scotsman as well. The one that everyone will want to see him score is Duhan van der Merwe. Score against the country of your birth. The one that essentially didn't want you. There's two different stories to it, but I like the one that they didn't want him, so he came over to Europe, and Edinburgh took the chance on him. He's now so in debt, not in debt, like embedded into what we do, how we operate, the love he talks about for Scotland. Show us by scoring against the Springboks. Do it. It doesn't have to even
Yes,
be
yeah,
it doesn't
definitely.
have to be a worldie. You can just do it like just push over the line. It's fine. If you want to go for it and make your statement, go for your one like you did against England a few years ago. Do that. Go for it.
Yeah,
That'll be great.
yeah, the English one. That
That'll be
one was
unreal.
class, man.
Finn Russell, the magician, pulling the strings. Yeah. Oh, we are ready. We've got two, three of the best players on the planet. We need to show why they are. Finn Russell, it's the only two pull to. Duhan van der Merwe. Give them hell, boys. Go for it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm so amped already. I'm so excited.
I'm hyped too. This game's
I'm
gonna
so
be
hyped.
great.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be so good. And next week, next episode is going to be absolutely stacked because we're going to have to go in depth on all those games and then predict the following week as well. So that's going to be very tasty. Cedric, welcome to Rugby Connection. Thank you so much for coming on. It's been an absolute blast. And finally getting to work with you. I don't know how long we've had this
Nah, thank you
planned.
for having me.
You,
Yeah,
honestly,
we've had this
you're
plan
welcome
for a
back
while, eh?
anytime. You are welcome back anytime. But yeah, for those that don't know, God, I think me and Cedric's been talking on TikTok and Instagram for about a year, something like that. And it was all
For a while, yeah.
I was like, bro, I need you to come on. even just from a neutral point, he was like, I'm studying. I'm like, right, okay. Then the summer was coming up where we had, I think we did have Ella in the summer, but now she's too busy. And you weren't available in the summer. And I'm like, geez, come on. Somebody's got to be available. But it finally aligned. You were finally available, and it was so worth it.
Nah, thank you, bro. This was a lot of fun. But like you said, it's been a long time in the making. I
Yes.
remember when you would message me, I'm like, I'm so sorry, I'm so busy at like uni or at work. But you just happened to catch me at a really good time. When you texted me, and yeah, this was a lot of fun. And man, I am. The more you talk about it, the more excited I get, the more amped I get, and
I'm saying,
yeah, this weekend's
I'm
going
just
to be a lot of fun.
I'm literally just looking at the fixtures list, and I'm just sitting like, there's
I'm
going to be
looking at it too.
a fun weekend. Like Friday Night Lights is such a joy, and it's like the best way to get like just like look at how that's the fixtures start and end. You have Ireland, New Zealand starting us off, and then you have Scotland, South Africa closing it out. Oh, it's what we dream of. The content for next week is just going to get pumped down everyone's throat.
Yeah, exactly.
Going to be great. Brace yourselves. But speaking of social media, please give my guy Cedric a follow. He is on TikTok at Let's Talk Sport 13, I believe. 13. You're the same handle on Instagram as well. Are you Let's Talk Sport 13? Or just Let's Talk Sport?
Oh, so on Instagram, I don't have a. It's just my own profile, but
Okay,
everyone
okay.
can follow me on TikTok. Let's talk sport 13, and yeah, I just make a lot of sports content.
It
Obviously
does.
make a lot of rugby content, but yeah.
Man's everywhere. Even if you don't like rugby, give him a follow because he does rugby league. He does boxing. He does UFC. He does basketball. He does. I imagine you do tennis. I don't know. I have a funny feeling you do tennis. Golf, F1, you name it. Think of a sport, Cedric will cover it. He's your guy. And
No,
yeah,
thank
if
you,
you
bro.
like what I
Thank you.
do,
This was a lot of fun.
you're very welcome. And if you like what I do, please follow me on TikTok at Blissful Rugby HQ. And if you really, really like what I do, please follow the new Instagram because I've had to start from scratch because damn them hackers. But it is what it is. And if you like the pod, hit the subscribe button, hit that little notification bell because we're on YouTube, we're on Spotify. Actually, give the Instagram page a follow, and we're also on TikTok at RCP. Yeah, get involved, comment, share, like, subscribe, message us, give us topics to talk about, ask us questions. Because me, Cedric, Ella, Andy, Devin, whoever's on with me, I'll probably be happy to talk more rugby. So there you go. And next week, we're going to talk about all the juicy action from Ireland All Blacks, England Wallabies, Italy, Argentina, France, Japan, Wales, Fiji, Scotland, South Africa, and then we'll be predicting the following week's games as well. Buckle up because it's going to be a hell of a ride. But Cedric, thank you so much for coming on. You are welcome back. Honestly, anytime you want to come back on, jump on. It's all good.
No, thank you. Thank you.
And yeah, enjoy the rugby this weekend because I know that's what me and Cedric will be doing. And until then, we will see you next time. Peace.